An in-between chilly to warm late afternoon heading into evening here in Columbia, Maryland, as two teams on opposite sides of the DMV North spectrum go head-to-head. Hybrid FC looks to finally get their first points of the 2026 season in the UPSL. They have suffered 4 defeats in all 4 of their matches, including their last one in which they lost 3-1 on the road to Maryland Bobcats FC. Meanwhile, for Bowleys Athletic, it's 4 wins in 4, and they are coming off a 3-0 win over MSI Pro. Bowleys Athletic is outscoring opponents 12-2 in 2026 and look to continue that here on the road. Should be a fun one here on the campus of Hammond High School in Columbia, as pointless Hybrid FC hosts a Bowleys Athletic team that is perfect so far. Welcome to our coverage of this one here on DMV Sports Media. Alongside my cameraman, Dono Wallace, my name is Josh Sager. We are so happy to have you with us wherever you may be. Looking at the standings, Bowleys Athletic leads the conference with 12 points, and that is a 3-point lead over second place, while Hybrid FC remains in the basement with no points thus far. Let's take a look at the starting 11s. For Hybrid FC, Elijah Wormley once again is in between the posts. The 4-man backline consists of Josky Dempsey and Oliver Rivas, with Hunter Hillis on the right and Nissi Brown as the left back. A 3-man midfield features Makai Walker in the center, with Obi Ekeagwu and Randy Salvador on his sides. Dexter Nguekom and Nick Pazoki act as wings, and the lone striker is Rennie Carbajal. Bowleys Athletic employs a 4-2-3-1 formation. No Austin High today, so Joseph Peliquin is in between the sticks. A center back pairing of Captain Jaden Asare and Stephen Copeland will be neighbored by Will Andrus on the right side and BP Sievers on the left. The defensive midfielders are Eli Dorby on the right and Victor Bravo on the left. The defensive midfielders, Toshi Davis is in the center attacking mid with Peter Gancello on the right and Anderson Marroquin on the left, and the lone striking option is Mason Christian. A lot of the guys for Bowleys Athletic are not the main team, so to speak. These are a lot of guys that you'll probably see usually on the bench for a Bowleys side. They feel a little bit more calm about this game considering the standing of their opponent as it stands. Hybrid FC is really going to need to shore up the back line today because Bowleys Athletic scores at will, and it's going to just be very hard for them to keep this Bowleys attack quiet. Meanwhile, for Bowleys Athletic, they just got to also shore up, make their back line a fortress. Hybrid FC, despite the defensive deficiencies that this team has, are one of the best scoring teams. We saw that last week here when Hybrid FC hosted Moco 1776. They did lose 3-2 in that one, but it was a thriller, and Hybrid was getting a lot of chances. They just could not put them in the back of the net. As the teams line up and are ready to take the field, as we are about set to go here on a beautiful night. It's actually turned out to be here in Columbia. just about set to go after the Star-Spangled Banner has played. It's turned out to be quite a pleasant day. Hopefully it stays that way, although we are expecting the temperature to go down just a little bit. Thankfully, no rain in the forecast. I know that Dono and I were freezing in the rain last week here. Very unpleasant. But Mother Nature has decided to be kind to us today. Looks like Bowleys Athletic will be going from right to left on your screens in the gray and blue. Hybrid FC in the green and white from left to right. Teams just having their final meetings before we get underway. And it will be Bowleys Athletic to kick us off here on the campus of Hammond High School. All set to go. Just waiting for the opening whistle. Looks like there's some issues with one of the nets over on the left side, so that is why we have this little bit of a delay. It seems that the net is not fully is not fully there. And by that I mean like it is not fully hooked up to the posts over on the left side. See both of the goalkeepers, excuse me. Looks like the net is now fixed. And after a little bit of a delay, the whistle blows and Christian Mason kicks us off. We are underway. It is first place versus last place here in the DMV North Conference, as Bowleys Athletic is going to want to look immediately to start something out of the back. The outside now, here's Will Andrus. There's going to be one thing that Hybrid's going to want to do. They're going to need to stay compact because Bowleys really likes to separate, especially out on the channel. Bravo. Tried to cross one in, but it got blocked immediately. Hit the back of Rennie Carbajal, and it will be out for a Bowleys throw-in to be taken by Andrus. Arkeen found a teammate in Anello, but it goes right into the hands of Elijah Wormley. He's going to be a busy man today. This is a Bowleys team that really likes to pounce and is able to get a lot of shots off. I did mention they have a plus 10 goal differential. And a really nice feed forward here for Nick Pizzoki on the right side. He's going to cross one in, and it's just out of the reach of Carbajal, and it's going to fall to the legs of Andrus, who will take it in for a throw-in. Bravo going back to his backline. Asare will switch the field for Stephen Copeland. Will Andrus. Try to cut one across. Taken away now by Rivas. And Rivas still battling now with Andrus over in the corner. Andrus is able to dispose. And Bravo one-times the pass to Eli Dorby, and they're going to switch the field here. Here is BP Sievers. Forward pass through, intended for Anderson Marroquin. Instead, he is beaten to it by Joski Dempsey. Throw in here for Hybrid. Gonna try a long throw in here for Carbajal, and it looks like they collided there. Collision between him and Copeland. Here's Peliquin. Again, no Austin Hyde. Austin Hyde has been one of the best goalkeepers in this conference for quite a while, but it seems he is being given the day off. The back pass from Marroquin was stuffed out, and Marroquin can't believe that he gave that away. Here's Makai Walker, who's going to be acting more as a midfielder today, was the lone striker in the match last week against Moco. Dempsey back. Gets it back. Here's Eke Akwu, and that goes out for a Bowleys throw-in. Actually got a pretty good crowd here today. Tends to happen when there is nice weather. Copeland. Excuse me, that's Asare, and he finds the foot of Peter Gensello. Intercepted, and now a chance for Hybrid. Carbajal. Pass was a bit too hard, intended for Randy Salvador. And now Bowleys on the ball. Here is Andrus. Picked away after Copeland lost possession. Carbajal going to Salvador. That one's pickpocketed by Bravo. Andrus, looking for options, just decides to go to the back line. Copeland receives it and gives it right back to Andrus, and he's going to launch a long ball forward. Mason Christian is going to earn Bowleys Athletic a corner. This will be the first set piece of the match. This is really where Bowleys Athletic can really start to pile things up here and absolutely apply pressure and force some sort of penetration into the back of the net. Waiting for the ball to get back over here. We are reaching the 6th minute. Cross coming in from Bravo. It's a short one, and it's just going to go wide. Anderson Marakin's touch might have just taken an odd deflection, and it goes out off of one of his teammates. It will be a goal kick coming up here. Taken short. And Wormley had to get rid of it because the pressure from Bowleys was trying to amount. Sievers finds an open Christian, and he's taken down in the box. No penalty given. That looks like a push from the in the back with the elbow, but the referee says that there is no foul given here. Hunter Hillis. Out wide. Pass was intended for Walker, but Pizzoki had to get there first. Andrus. Looking for options, goes back to Copeland. Sends it back to Peliquin. Bowleys Athletic is just trying to create something here in the back. Jaden Asare now has Pizzoki on him, and he now gets past not one but two hybrid players. Switch back over to the left side for Victor Bravo. Taken down, and the foul committed there. Foul committed by Obieke-Akwu. Free kick. Launches a long ball forward for Anderson Marakin, who is offside. The flag is going to come up on the far side. And he was just past, it looks like the last defender, Joski Densi. So far, this has basically been Bowleys' match. They've been in full control of this. And I think that one thing that they're really going to take advantage of is the fact that Hybrid really does not like to play possession ball. Bowleys does, and they can very much exploit this. Nice ball inside. Here is Carvajal. No, Pizzoki just missed it. He had beaten Bowleys' defense, but Nick Pizzoki just overhit that ball. And as a result, it didn't sail. It rolled wide. And a huge break there for Bowleys Athletic after a turnover. Toshi Davis. Andrus really coming up here on the right side, and he got past no, he did not. He got fouled there. Corner taken short. Here's a shot. Oh, and it's just going to go wide. BP Sievers almost had it in the back of the net, and that would have been a very nice contribution from the left back. But now we've already seen two really close chances, one for each team. Christian Mason tries to cross one in. It's deflected off the back of Oliver Rivera. Headed back inside the box. It was going to be offside anyway on Anderson Marroquin. Oliver Rivas, excuse me, not Rivera. This has actually been a surprisingly good game so far in the first 10 minutes. Hasn't opened up quite yet, but we have seen a few shooting opportunities. Speaking of Rivas, here he comes down the left side. And he's going to look for Carbajal. That one is blocked away. Toshi Davis with a nice back heel. Nice send forward here for Severs, who's been really active today on the attack. In the middle. Mason, he is fouled, and a very good free kick opportunity here coming up. Here for Bowleys Athletic, this is from just below the 20-yard line if this was NFL-style football. Looks like it's going to be taken here by Eli Dorby. Here's the shot into the wall and cleared away. Mekhi Walker coming up big there. And it will be a throw in here for Bowleys. Wind starting to pick up a little bit. As Bowleys Athletic looks to continue to pile on the pressure and in the hopes that they are going to finally find the back of the net. Asare. Going to switch the field. I think that might have taken a slight touch off the body. Plenty of Nisi Brown. Peliquin gets to Copeland. Almost lost it to Randy Salvador. Davis spins around and Carbajal completely got fooled. Out wide, Asare. And a foul committed here against Marroquin. That foul committed by Brown. Free kick taken, and it's just going to be a cross out to Will Andrus. Once again, switching the field to Asare. He's got Salvador on, or Carbajal on him. Sorry, centers from Marroquin. The center from Marroquin to Toshi Davis. He lost it completely. And the pass out to the outlet there from Dexter Guaycom is going to go out for a throw-in. Bravo. He's looking for surrounding options. Goes back instead to who is Captain Jaden Asare. Back to Bravo in the center, and not in Guaycom, Dorby. Copeland. Bravo. Really nice moves. But he gave up possession, turned over. Mekhi Walker gotten beaten to it, and there is a player down right now for Bowleys. That looks like Jaden Asare, who came all the way from the left side over to the middle, and we are going to have a stoppage in play just to check on how Asare is doing. He did take, it looks like, a bit of a knock on the leg. Sorry looks to be okay, and he is back up in standing. So a drop ball, and they're just going to have to kick it away, and Hillis goes out to Rivas. Hybrid FC would really like to get something going on the attack. This has basically been all Bowleys Athletic in terms of possession for a good last 3 minutes. To the outside, tried to find Salvador. It does fall to Carbajal. His pass is taken away by Sievers. Davis goes back to Bravo. Asare beats Pizzoki with it. Bravo. Going forward for Sievers, it does find his teammate Marroquin. He's immediately dispossessed. Really nice stuff there from Christian Mason. Out wide. Here comes Gonzalo shooting. Oh, great block off the line. That is absolutely superb from Nisi Brown to keep Bowleys Athletic off the scoreboard. I mean, the way that thing looked, it was going to go in off the foot of Peter Gonzalo, but Nisi Brown with a phenomenal block. It does go out for a corner, though. This will be the second corner of the night for Bowleys, their third set piece. Corner, it looks like, will be taken by Eli Dorby. Outswinging ball is going to be not cleared completely, and then Sievers just slams it into the Columbia sky. So we remain scoreless here. Given away, and here's Marroquin. Look to get it to Gonzalo. Given away. And now here's Salvador. He's looking for some teammates. Instead, it is blocked off by Sievers. Back to Will Andrus as Bowleys Athletic looks to generate another offensive going here. Gonzalo didn't have full control. And now here is Rivas. Going forward, and Pizzoki has to turn on the Jets here, but Asare completely blocks him off. Bravo. Sievers. Back to Victor Bravo. Copeland. Out to the right side for Andrus. He's going to try centering one for Mason Christian. Back to Christian from Gonzalo. This is nice build-up play here. Andrus. To the outside, Toshi Davis is looking for an opener. Nice inland pass. Kept in by Gonzalo. It's going to go out for a corner kick now for Bowleys, as it did touch Oliver Rivas. So we are approaching the 20th minute of this first half. Sun is starting to settle down a little bit here. Dorby to take this corner. Outswinging ball is going to be put into play by Christian, not completely cleared. Sievers didn't have full possession, and now it's cleared out of the box. This is very well done defense, and a chance here on the counter, but unfortunately for Rennie Carbajal, he had no support and now has to go back. Here is Pizzoki. Disposes. Carbajal going back to his defense. Densi. Ekeagwu back to Hillis. Rivas. Going forward, nothing going right now. And Ekeagwu commits a foul on Dorby. Quick free kick taken, Davis. We'll just go back to the free kick taker. He'll look to switch the field, and Marroquin is going to be way onside, but it's going to be out of his reach. That could have been almost quite disastrous for Dexter Guaycom. Speaking of Guaycom, he's now on the ball, but had 2 defenders on him. Salvador having to tussle with Bravo, goes back to his back line. Dempsey goes to Wormley West to get rid of it. Christian was coming on. Will Andrus now. Ooh, very nice footwork. Gonna center one and give it away here. Carbajal with a prime opportunity. Pizzoki needs to get back on side. It takes a deflection. Pizzoki, and now the flag is gonna come up on offside. Could have turned into a very nice counterattack there for Randy Salvador and Hybrid FC, but nothing could go there. So Victor Bravo will go to the outside for Andrus again. They are very much looking to create stuff on either flank. And a foul committed by Hybrid by Rivas, I think. Free kick taken by Dorby, and it's going to be taken quickly. Gonzalo could not beat Dempsey to the ball with that superb speed. Hunter Hillis is in a battle with Christian Mason. Foul call committed by Bowleys athletic striker. Just looking to build out of the back. Wormley, though, needs to get rid of it. He does, so. Eke Agwu gave it away to Sievers. Been very involved in the attack so far. Eke Agwu is able to steal it away. Tried to get it to the outside, but it's intervened with. Guaycom. Salvador is not fouled. Here's Salvador. He'll take a strike. Peliquin, it's off the crossbar! And Peliquin is able to get the rebound before it goes in. And one hit was a very nice strike from outside the 18 from Randy Salvador. Unfortunately, a bit too much power, and as a result, it hit the woodwork. Davis now, nice outlet. Inlet pass. It's taken away once again by Davis, but he is then intervened with. Nisi Brown has had a pretty effective night so far, and if it wasn't for him, his team right now would be down 1-0 after Peter Gonzalo almost put it into the back of the net. As I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Bowleys Athletic is playing with a lot of guys that aren't usually in their starting lineup. And guys like Brandon Texador. We'll get back to that in a second as Marroquin just lost it. But guys like Brandon Texador, no Tyler Reed, no Eric Wads, they are all on the bench today. Jermaine Davids and James Striner, 2 others. Asare had to get rid of it before Carbajal tried to do anything. To the outside, Sievers has to turn on the afterburners, but the through ball from Toshi Davis was a bit too powerful. Given away, Toshi Davis pounces. And he gives it away. Here's Gonzalo now. He had one robbed earlier. Gonzalo! It is deflected into the mitts of Elijah Wormley. That's already 2 chances for the right wing. But that should be a lesson to Hybrid. You cannot let Bowleys Athletic take advantage of a mistake there because they will take advantage. Bravo going back to his keeper, Peliquin, who's had a pretty good night so far. Here's Christian Mason, turns around and is going to have a nice battle there with Nisi Brown, but that one is going to go out as he was trying to pass it out here to Marroquin. Throwing coming up for Hybrid. Once we get the ball back here around after it took a nice little roll down the running track here at the high school stadium, the Hammond High School Stadium. Brown gets it back from Ekeagwu, tried to center one. Marroquin gets it back for Bowleys. Davis is going to look to switch the field. He's got a running Andrus down the right side, but it's going to be a bit too overcooked on the cross. We are approaching the 27th minute of action. This is some good stuff down the left flank from Rivas, but he did eventually lose possession. Rivas, or Bravo. Copeland. Dorby, who's going to be the mastermind tonight. Ooh, not a good back pass from Dorby, intended for Asare, and now a chance for Hybrid to do something here if they take it quickly. Salvador decides against it, and it was just going to go back to Brown. Intercepted. Bravo gets the loose ball. Gonzalo. He's got Brown having to run after him. Brown with a push off, but Gonzalo. Oh, and they're going to call a foul here. They did play advantage, and it will be another free kick. This time it will be from just outside of the 20-yard line if this was American football. Free kick taken short by Davis. Here's Gonzalo, lost his footing. Back to Dorby. Out wide Davis. Cutting one back, tries to cross one in, a bit too far, but Asare is there. And it is defended and taken away by Guecom. Throw-in coming for Bowleys. Andrus. That pass was blocked. Copeland is just going to play with his co-center back. Taken away by Nisi Brown. And a chance on the counter if Salvador can get it off here. Can't, and now Dorby takes advantage of the turnover. And now, speaking of turnovers, one there committed by Will Andrus. And that through ball just went to the foot of Peliquin, who's going to go to his right back. Gonzalo. Game is starting to open up a bit. It's just a matter of time before we get our first goal here. Gonzalo had his ball intercepted by Walker, and he's going to find Nick Pizzoki on the near side. He's looking for some support. Pizzoki tries to maybe get something off of Copeland, and Copeland is able to kick it out of harm's way and is able to avoid the corner. It will only be a throw-in here for Hybrid. long throw to be taken here. Comes in from Brown. It's going to just barely make it into the box. Cleared away, headed back into the area by Hillis. And now Salvador cannot get a clean head to that. And it's just going to land into the body of Joe Peliquin. Asare. Copeland goes back out to Andrus. Good turn and burn by Christian, and now Gonzalez going to find Marroquin in the middle. Marroquin, good save by Wormley. The rebound by Davis is blocked by Hillis. Here's Gonzalo now. Can they get it on the third try? Gonzalo coming on in, and that one's going to go out. Goal kick. Very nice sequence of events. Unfortunate ending to that for Bowleys. Elijah Wormley has been busy so far in this first half and continues to just be a stone wall. Quaycom. Picked off by Asare. Marroquin. That one is intervened with. Here is Brown. Nisi Brown. Oh, he avoided a nice slide tackle. And the foul committed by Brown on Dorby. Wormley almost lost a really bad challenge there. A lot of chaos right now on this field. Surprised it's a bit surprising that this game is still scoreless, considering how many chances Bowleys has had so far. And as we say that, here's a chance. Carbajal finds Pizzoki, but it was a bit too out of control, and Pizzoki's tires popped. Davis. Ball intended for Marroquin is not going to get to him. Guaycom. They're calling for a handball on Dexter Guaycom. I did not see one there. Bit too lackadaisical. Trying to create something, but it doesn't seem that Bowleys is finding something that they like here. Asare goes back to Dorby. He'll go to the outside. Here is Andrus. Bravo. Looked to get an outlet against Salo, couldn't get it to him, and Rivas now will be on the ball. Given away to Andrus. Gonzalo. Bit too short for Andrus. Back to Gonzalo, but no, it will now be tussled around once again in the box. Switching the field now. Oh, it's taken away by BP Sievers. Chance here, nice layoff pass here for Christian Mason, and it's gonna go wide. That was a really nice opportunity for Bowleys again, and once again, they cannot convert. Goal kick coming up here for Hybrid. We just had to wait for the ball to come back into play. Long goal kick forward was over the head of Pizzoki. It just whistled over his hair. It's a bit surprising that Bowleys has not scored here. It's had, I would count, at least 7 chances. This is a team that's really high scoring. Pizzoki is going to get it from Salvador. Taken away by Guaycom. Out wide, Nisi Brown. Guaycom wins the header, but does not win his team a throw-in. Not cleared. Here's Salvador. He had a nice shot earlier. And Carbajal could not get to that ball, but it's retaken by Mackay Walker on the near side. Here's Mackay Walker. Good save by Peliquin. He finally is able to get to the ball before a goal can be scored. That was a very prime opportunity for Oliver Rivas coming all the way from the left back position. Too far on the delivery ball for Gonzalo, and it's just going to fall to the feet of Elijah Wormley. Been a very, very busy beat today. Nice kick, but it only finds the head of Eli Dorby. Gonzalo beats Hillis, and now here's a chance for Anderson Marroquin! Into the side netting! That's got to be already his 3rd chance today, and he still cannot put it into the back of the net. Almost given away there by Guaycom. Nisi Brown. Dorby almost lost it to Salvador. As we are approaching the 40th minute, about 5 minutes plus stoppage to go in this first half. Walker gonna launch a ball forward. He does find an option here in Carbajal, but Carbajal loses out to Copeland. Chance for Gonzalo, and it's just cleared away by Wormley. No foul called here. Here is Eke Akwu having to battle and boxing out. Victor Bravo goes to the outside for Brown. He's going to get a nice ball forward. Here is Pizzoki. He's got Carbajal in the middle, crossing one in, and it's just out of the reach. And Salvador with a very errant touch. And as a result, it goes into Peliquin's hands. or Pizzoki, excuse me. Regained by Brown. Goes into the middle for Guaycom, and Toshi Davis is able to interrupt. Cross comes in from Ekeagwu. It actually goes right into the chest of Peliquin. And here's an opportunity for a counter. Marroquin finds Christian Mason. Toshi Davis gets an overlapping pass. Here's Toshi Davis crossing one in. Marroquin, oh, and it's just headed out by Hunter Hillis. A defensive header. And it will be a corner for Bowleys Athletic. Fourth corner of the night, but the first time tonight here from the near side. It's going to be taken by Eli Dorby again. Cross comes in, it's an in-swinging ball. That one's headed out, not far enough. Marroquin, and here's a chance for Hybrid FC. Randy Salvador, he's got Makai Walker on his left. Walker, nice pass over to Salvador, or Pizzoki. Looked to center to Carbajal, but the pass was too sloppy. Carbajal over on the near side. Ekeagwu finds Carbajal, staying on side, and a shot is going to go over the bar from Pizzoki. This game is starting to find its rhythm a little bit. And that rhythm being very high, fast, high pace, and high tempo. Wormley gets rid of it out of the box, only as far as the leg of Gonzalo. Here is Davis. Bowleys looking to create something here. Sievers, back to Davis in the middle. Dorby to Will Andrus. Gonna find Christian Mason. Nice turnaround. Here's Gonzalo. Goes to find Marroquin. The pass was a bit over his right foot. Has to spin around and lost control. Just waiting for Hunter Hillis to finish tying his cleat. We are in the 45th minute. How much stoppage are we going to get? Throw-in coming up here for Bowleys in the attacking area. We are in the stoppage time period. So we are approaching minute 46. Seems that Will Andrus did not understand how that throw-in went in. He's going to cross one in, and it almost went into the back of the net. It will be a goal kick coming up here for Hybrid. Referee checks his watch. And that will be the end of the first half. Still scoreless here in Columbia, Maryland between Hybrid FC and Bowleys Athletic. We'll see you on the other side here on DMV Sports Media. We are back here on the campus of Hammond High School in Columbia, Maryland. Scoreless at 0-0 here between Hybrid FC and Bowleys Athletic. We just saw a substitute coming on for Hybrid. Borel Kanwa is on, and that is because in the corner over here on the left side, we can see a little bit of action. We can see Randy Salvador had to go to the trainer, so it looks like he might be done for the day, and it looks like they might be doing some concussion testing. So that cannot be a good sign here. But Borel Kanwa is a guy that has a ton of speed, so this is not going to be the easiest thing here for Bowleys Athletic. They have not put on any substitutes. But we are about to get the second half underway. Will be Hybrid FC to kick us off, and the duty there will be done by Nick Pazzoki. He will be the one to kick this back into play. For those of you just joining us, this has been a very topsy-turvy affair, but no goals to speak of so far, but very much a ton of shots here in this contest between first place and last place in the UPSL DMV North Conference. As we are just set to go, the referee blows the whistle. Second half underway. 45 minutes down, 45 to go. Hybrid FC in going from right to left on your screen in the green and white. Bowleys Athletic in the gray and blue. Actually, we do have one substitute, it looks like, for Bowleys Athletic. Tyler Reed is on. Longtime stalwart. Looks like he is on for Jaden Asare. Here's Sievers. He's going to launch a ball forward, and it's going to find Gensalo, who's by himself. Here's Peter Gensalo! And almost immediately, 40 seconds in, Bowleys Athletic has a 1-0 lead. That was a phenomenal pass by VP Sievers, and Peter Gensalo timed that run perfectly in order to get it into the back of the net, and there was nothing Elijah Wormley could do because there was nobody on his backline that was going to be able to support him there. So it's now 1-0 to Bowleys. Whatever their coaches talked to them about in halftime, it's had an immediate impact. And so it's 1-0 in the 46th minute of action here. And how is this going to change things up now for Hybrid? Reminder, this is a team that leaks goals at a alarming rate. And Bowleys is a team that scores them at a really high percentage. So they are now outscoring opponents 13-2. That's a plus 11 goal differential. Andrus, who I'm just realizing now has a brace on the knee, it looks like. It was out, and it was just out of bounds there. Looks like Eric Wads has also entered the field for Bowleys Athletic. Can recognize that tall stature from anywhere. Andrus. It's going to go back to Copeland. Dorby. Actually, there's been three subs for Bowleys because Jermaine Davids is on now. Looks like Asari is now going to be used as a midfielder here for Bowleys Athletic because he is still on. Looks like Victor Bravo's day is done. Here comes a cross in intended for Toshi Davis, cleared away by Hunter Hillis. So excuse us as we are just trying to figure out the substitutes that have come off, but Victor Bravo is definitely off. Corner coming up here for Bowleys Athletic. It's going to be taken by Toshi Davis on the far side. He's going to put an in-swinger in, headed by Andrus into the air. Not completely cleared, and now it is by Joski Dempsey. Andrus goes back to the substitute for Bowleys, Jermaine Davids, given away. Here's Severs, and he is dispossessed by Ekeagwu. Nissi Brown on the right side, centering. Chance for hybrid, and the intended pass, I think that probably would have been offside anyway, had Borel Kanwa gotten it. And on the other side here, here's Gensello. Into the box, contact drawn, but no penalty. Not the best clearance there. Gensello regains possession, cuts into the box. Gensello spins around, has no support, and instead, Hunter Hillis is going to get rid of it. And here is Oliver Rivas down the left side. That ball did just cross the out-of-bounds line. Davids. Ooh, and he ran right into Rennie Carbajal. Seems that most damage was avoided. Oh, and here comes a nice opportunity. Gensello got pushed down. And no penalty called against Mackay Walker. That is already the third time that Bowleys Athletic does not seem to be pleased with some of the refereeing decisions here. I mean, if there's been any of out of all the three that they've been asking about, that was probably the most clear cut, in my personal opinion. And speaking as somebody who unfortunately committed a lot of penalties as a right or left back, that one I think was the textbook definition of one. Toshi Davis is intercepted, and here comes Guaycom, but he is picked off by Severs. Reed. Back to Severs. Quads. Nice layoff. Here's Brandon Texador, who's also now on. Seems that Bowleys has used 4 of their 5 substitutions here in this second half already, and it will be a corner coming up for Bowleys. Texador to take on the far side. In-swinging ball is way over the head of everybody, and Hybrid's just going to let it go out for a throw-in. For those of you just joining us, we had a scoreless first half, but it's thanks to Peter Gensello that Bowleys Athletic has the lead. Josh Sager, Dono Wallace, thrilled to have you along for the ride. Here on what is starting to now become a little bit of a chillier evening. It was a faux pas version of a warm day here in the DMV. Asare spinning around a lot, and is not able to spin his way out of that one. Dempsey out wide to Nissi Brown, lost it to Severs. Quads has it dispossessed. Rivas. Carvajal tried to one-time that pass to Walker. Instead, he one-timed it to a defender. Brown gets it back for Hybrid in the center. Now it's cleared away by Dempsey. Conwa ran into multiple defenders. It probably would have been called a foul. Here's Reed. Sorry. Gets it from Davids. Severs goes back to his center back, Tyler Reed, the new captain. As Asare handed over the captain's armband. Over to the stalwart for Bowleys. Andres tries to cross one in. It almost falls to Eric Wads' foot. Or excuse me, Texador gets Salo crossing one in. Here's Eric Wads. He's gonna, oh, he just missed his opportunity. And a long send there from Conwa intended for Pizzoki. Quads gets a through ball here. Gonna try to send one into the middle for Texador. I think that probably would have been offside anyway. Conwa battling here with Jermaine Davids. Conwa wins the battle. Walker. Gonna go into the middle, and is now gonna go out wide to Nisi Brown. He'll cross one in. That one goes into Peliquin's hands. That cross intended for the striker, Reddy Carbajal. But now this thing is really starting to open up here for both attacks. Both of these defenses, neither one can no longer make any mistakes. Because both offenses right now are clicking. Gonzalo. But you do also have to wonder how many of those missed opportunities are going to come back to bite either of these teams in the butt. Texador lays one off. Here's a chance for Severs, 2-0. That was absolutely phenomenal from BP Severs. But Brandon Texador's setup is the stuff that you dream of there. As Texador took it, just one-touched it right into the foot of Severs, who added that overlapping darting run. And it is now 2-0 to Bowleys. And for Hybrid FC, you're just hoping things start to not get completely out of control. This is going to be 2 subs for Hybrid. That is the end of the night for Nick Pizzoki, as well as the farewell for this match to Ekeagwu. Daryl Greenwood did come on. I did miss the other one. We will find out who that is in a second as Rivas launches the ball forward. And here is Makai Walker. He's got Greenwood to his right, and he is instead picked off by Jermaine Davids. Goes out to one of the goal scorer receivers. It's been very impressive tonight for Bowleys Athletic, just how much the two wingbacks have really gotten themselves involved in the attack. And as I say this, there was a slight chance there for Hybrid, but it's lost out in the end by Carbajal. Asare. Just giving some of his teammates some orders. Dorby crossing out wide. Kept in play by Gonzalo, but he just heads it right to the foot of Borel Conwa, and Conwa is looking for some options. Instead, it's just going to go to Severs. And now things can start to get very chaotic. Here's Toshi Davis out wide. Here's Gonzalo. He's got one. He's going to try for a second. Cleared away by Dempsey, only as far as Toshi Davis. In the middle, and Texador couldn't put it in. Bowleys Bowleys Athletic is really starting to grab this thing by the throat. Toshi Davis. That one goes out of play for a throw-in. Two more subs coming on for Bowleys. Toshi Davis's night is done. Looks like Tyler Reed now goes to the right side. And that is the end of the night as well for Will Andrus, who had a very productive night. So that introduces to us Chiba Nwesa and James Strine. Long throw-in from Reed is going to not have anything going about it. It's going to be another long throw-in coming up here probably. Here for Bowleys Athletic. That one went off the back of the head of Wessett. He's going to go back to Stephen Copeland. Tyler Reed is playing center back for a little bit, but is now in his normal right back position. Gonzalo, nice through ball. Here is Texador. Brandon Texador. Oh, and he hits it just wide of the post. Almost was probably the nail in the coffin for Hybrid FC had that been put in. Kai Walker, as Hybrid wants to create something here. Tyler Reed couldn't fully get rid of it. That one does go out of bounds before Daryl Greenwood can get onto that ball, and it will be a throw-in for Bowleys. Nice interception there by Guecom. Gets it back from one of his teammates. Hillis, back to Guecom, goes to his right back. Launching a ball forward. Nisi Brown could not get there in time. And now, really nice opportunity here as James Strine opens up Gonzalo. Gonzalo coming on in. He's got Hillis on him, cutting it back. Here's Peter Gonzalo. He's already got one. Good save by Wormley. Peter Gonzalo is starting to become a real problem right now for these Hybrid defenders. And Elijah Wormley is having to do so much dirty work to keep this only a 2-0 game right now. We've got another sub coming on for Bowleys Athletic. Connor O'Brien will be entering the fray soon. This corner kick. They're expecting an outswinger here. Not the best cross. It's regained by Gate. And it looks like a penalty has just been called. Or are they calling this another corner? They're calling it a corner. Or looks like it's actually going to be a free kick just outside the box. And by just outside, I mean like the ball is basically just over the line. Gonna cross one in, off the post! Not completely cleared! Oh, great save by Elijah Wormley! That was a powerful strike from Chiba Nwesa. Corner taken quickly, Reed's corner from Gonzalo, crossing one in, off the crossbar again! Peter Gonzalo is just having a frustrating night, although he does have a goal. As Connor O'Brien will be coming on. And speaking of Gonzalo, that is the end of his night, but a fantastic night for the man. Goal to his name, has been creating so many chances tonight for Bowleys, but you got to feel that they're starting to feel a little bit more comfortable with the way this game has been going. Tyler Reed, he's going to cross one in. Hillis clears it out, only as far as Wessa. Here's O'Brien. Going to launch one into the box, and it's headed out defensively by Hunter Hillis. Another corner coming up for Bowleys. This is going to be taken. Taken by James Strine. In-swinging ball in. Palmed away by Wormley. And just punted into the air. Here by Boral Conwa. Only out for a Bowleys throw-in. Here as we are in the 61st minute of action. Or 66th, excuse me. Asare. He is fouled from behind and thrown down to the pitch. We just watched the long ball, and they just gave us that. Texador cleared out by Hillis, who's been having a really, really busy night as well. Has been having to do a lot of Elijah Wormley's work for him, at least in terms of getting the ball out of the penalty area. Cross coming in, intended for O'Brien, and now a chance for Daryl Greenwood to turn on the Jets, but Tyler Reed beats him to it. Strine. Good through pass to Brandon Texador, and a fantastic slide tackle. We saw something similar to that last week when Hybrid faced Moko. As the sun is beginning to shine just a little bit as it is setting, the shadows could very much be messing with Wormley's line of vision. So he would very much appreciate if Hybrid is able to get into the attacking options. Here is Connor O'Brien, got a nice cross to him. O'Brien tries to center one. That one is cleared away by Dempsey. Here's Nisi Brown now. He's by himself, and he is pulled down. We are going to see a yellow card shown to O'Brien, the newest member on Bowleys that is on the field. And right now, we've got two more subs coming on for Hybrid FC. Those are, as I pull up my roster, Christian Johnson and Julius Brijbasi. Looks like those are the ends of the nights for Rennie Carbajal as one of the subs, most certainly. As well as the finish to this game for looks like Oliver Rivas' night is done. Free kick coming up here for Hybrid. Would very much like to get a goal here to at least remain in this game before it comes out of reach. Not completely cleared by Reed. O'Brien was run into. Wessa. It's going to be a throw in here for Hybrid. Walker. One time that pass to Greenwood, who's in the middle, and he'll go out wide to Brown. Sievers. Nice tackle by Christian Johnson. And a through ball here. Texador turns on the Jets. Brandon Texador is all alone. Texador gets around the keeper. Open net. Oh, what a goal. 3-0. Brandon Texador has certainly put this thing to bed. It's 3-0. And once Elijah Wormley had to go down, there was nothing he could do because Texador kicked it out of the way. But the through passes tonight have been peak tonight for Bowleys Athletic. That's already 2 goals like that we've seen tonight. Both have been generated by BP Sievers, or have involved BP Sievers. One he scored, one he assisted. Now he returns the favor. And speaking of Sievers, he's now on the ball and gets it to Jermaine Davids. Taken away, not fully. Look, thankfully, we will not have a light delay like we had here the last time. The lights are starting to come on, so the soccer gods have decided to be nice to us today. Given away, here's a chance for hybrid. Nisi Brown lost possession inside the penalty area. Connor O'Brien now has some space. Texador is calling for the ball, but he was probably going to be offside if O'Brien tried to pass there. Dempsey trying to clear it. Impeded by Texador. Hillis. Oh, nice slide tackle avoided by Eric Wads. And he is taken down hard. There will be a foul called. I would not be surprised if we see a card here shown to Borel Kanwa. There is a yellow, and it's not Kanwa, excuse me, that's Dexter Guaycom. Another sub coming on for hybrid here in the center. Abdul Adeniji will be joining the field in just a moment, probably after this free kick. But a lot of substitutes have been used in the last 5 minutes as we are in the 72nd minute. About 18 minutes to go plus stoppage in a 3-0 Bowleys lead. They have just exploded out of nowhere here in this second half. James Strine over the ball as Adeniji will be coming on. Nisi Brown tonight is done because he is walking along the sideline, is now having to go behind that protective netting that they have for gridiron football so that the balls don't go that far on kicks. Strine to take. Cross comes in. Texador heads it back off the crossbar, and it's going to go out of play. That's another thing that we've been seeing a lot today from Bowleys Athletic. They've had a lot of opportunities today from these very, very tight angles. Foul called here against Bowleys. That's going to be on Tyler Reed as he was holding down. And Adeniji. Free kick again coming up for hybrid. to be taken here by Boral Kanwa. Long ball into the box. It's just going to go into the hands of Joseph Peliquin, who hasn't really had to do much here in this second half. Texador, all of the attack, or all of the ball has basically been in the defensive area of Hybrid FC this half. Davids goes out wide for Guaz, who's going to cross one in, and he's going to find Brandon Texador somehow. Texador has been using that speed very well. Very nice pace. Push from behind from Strine. Greenwood now. Oh, Denny G slipped as he made that pass. Kanwa, back to Greenwood. Here's Mackay Walker, who's looking to get something going for Hybrid. They do not want to be shut out here. They've only scored 3 goals all season, and 2 of them came in their last match. So you would think that Hybrid's got something going here on the goal-scoring front. And they've had a few opportunities in this match. They just haven't been able to convert. Out of bounds, Hybrid throw in. Long ball in. Tyler Reed commits a foul on top of Abdullah Deniji. It will be a free kick. This one will be taken by Daryl Greenwood. As we are in the 77th minute. Actually, no, it will be Hunter Hillis to take this one, as that ball didn't really have a lot of curve. It had more knuckle than anything. Denny Shi lost the battle, but it's regained by Guaycom. No, it is not. It did go out of bounds. Wind is starting to, at least the little amounts of wind here are definitely starting to make things feel a little bit chillier, but it's not necessarily cold, it's just wind cold. That's your meteorology report for the rest of the match. Davids looking to truly solidify this. Sievers is having a nice battle there with a Denny G, and Sievers wins it there. Here is Eric Watts. Nice layoff for BP Sievers. He's already got one. Taken down, penalty for Bowleys, and this should certainly seal it. I mean, that was just a bad tackle either way, and it's a yellow card shown to Joski Densi. Oh, excuse me, that's Ogra there, player that we did not realize that had been on, Yoma Ogra. And it will be a penalty kick to be taken here by Chi Ben Wessa. Whistle blows. Wessa. Slow run up. Very slow. Now he steps up. Wessa 4-0 slots it in. And it's starting to go from bad to worse for Hybrid. I mean, that was just a really bad tackle by Yoma Ogra, and now there will be another sub coming on for Hybrid FC. Makai Walker's night is over. Kevin Santos on now. As we are approaching the final 10 plus stoppage, we are in the 78th minute. Or 79th, excuse me. Santos, who just came on, is already infusing a little bit of energy. I think it would be a nice consolation here if Hybrid can score something. They did look very dangerous in the first half, don't get me wrong, but this has just been all Bowleys here in this second half. Sievers blocks any attempt. Here's Conwa finding one forward. Here's Julius Prisbassi, a good save by Peliquin to keep the clean sheet alive. And now Connor O'Brien. That one is interrupted quite rudely by Joski Densi. Adeniji, Greenwood. Back to the man they call Papa. Conwa lost out. And it's going to be a throw in here because it did not seem like Jermaine Davids could keep that fully in. Blocked by Connor O'Brien, and it's going to be a corner. This is going to be, in fact, I believe, if my memory serves me, this is going to be the first corner of the night for Hybrid. I don't think they've had one yet. So we're going to see if they can do something here. It's going to be taken by Kevin Santos. Maybe going to be taking it short here to Daryl Greenwood to set something up. Referee telling Jake O'Brien he's got to let them get out of the way. Greenwood goes back to Santos. Instead, it's picked off by Jermaine Davids, and something here could happen on the counter as Texador, but now he's got defenders on him. Lays one off now for Davids. Beaten to it by Christian Johnson. Back to Wormley, who has been left out to dry for the most part here in the second half. Some really good saves tonight, but he's just not been getting lucky on a few of these shots. Texador out wide to O'Brien. He's got one of the 4 goals now for Bowleys Athletic. Nice layoff by O'Brien, finds Tyler Reed, who's looking to get it on it. Here's Texador! Almost a 5th, and that one just skirted wide. I think one of the problems that he's been having tonight is that he just keeps hitting them just a little bit too hard with the inside of the right foot, and as a result, it's taking just a weird spinning motion and just keeps going out of play. So we are in the final 10 minutes of this match, plus stoppage. Greenwood gets it back from Santos. Goes back to his defense. Adeniji. Here's Johnson. Hillis goes out wide to his right back. Olgra. Back to Hunter Hillis. He looks to get something, just something for consolation. Sievers switching the field to Tyler Reed. So the wind is starting to pick up just a slight bit. O'Brien. Taken down by Santos. No foul called. And O'Brien kind of wrestled down Kevin Santos. Here's Conwa from far out. And that one just, I think that went in between where the uprights bottom is and then the crossbar. I think it went through that little hole. You're in the 84th minute. Reed gets it here on the right flank. Oh, and he is tripped up by Santos. We will see another card as Kevin Santos' name is painted yellow. For those of you just joining us here in the final few moments here in Columbia, Maryland, welcome, welcome. This is Josh Sager reporting here from Hammond High School. This was a scoreless game at the beginning of the half, but then 40 seconds later was 1-0 Bowleys, and they have just been controlling this match ever since. It's 4-0 Bowleys Athletic here in a match between the top and bottom teams of the DMV North Conference. Bowleys has just been button mashing the shoot button on their video game controllers in this half. 5 minutes to go plus stoppage. Here as on a cold night as the sun is really starting to set now. Here's the Denny G. Nice cut back. Fooled Reed. Greenwood with a nice cutback. Mace Christian Johnson just went right into the shin. Greenwood spins around. Here's Daryl Greenwood. His shot is going to just be way wide. Hope you are in a warmer area than we are a little bit. It is getting a bit chilly around here. As I said, it's that fake warmth, like that fake tempting warmth that makes you think that you're safe, but we are, at least I am layered. Final few moments of this match to go. Not completely clear out of the way. Severs, it's given away. Here's Santos into the body of Copeland. Olgra. Severs gets... That's there first before Conwa. Here's Tyler Reed. Launching a ball forward. O'Brien couldn't beat Joski Densi. Goes back to Wormley. Tyler Reed throw in here for, that's going to find Brandon Texador. No, it doesn't. Densi kicks it out of harm's way. David's out wide. Here's Severs. He's already got one of the goals tonight. Here's BP Severs! You never see a brace from a left back that often. And he's got it right there. What a great pass from Jermaine Davids. And it's 5-0 to Bowleys. And everything for Hybrid FC that could have gone wrong has gone wrong. But Bowleys Athletic with yet another powerful offensive display here on the road. And it's going to be a tough one. They're going to be a tough nut to crack in the conference tournament. they've got, I mean, these two teams are playing a back-to-back, by the way, because next week they will be at Eastern Regional Park on May the 9th. They'll be, I believe, here on DMV Sports Media as well. And now out wide, here's James Strine. A Denny G. Not much time left remaining. We are in the final minute of regulation. It's going to be more just about how much time we're going to get in stoppage. Here is Borel Kanwa trying to maneuver. Couldn't get that to stick. Guad centering. Bowleys does not want to be done just yet. Here's James Strine. Crossing out wide, back for Guad's a bit too short, and it's picked away by Christian Johnson. And the referee is just going to blow no extra time needed, but an offensive explosion here in the second half as Bowleys Athletic comes away with yet another victory. They are going to be a perfect 5-0-0 to begin the season. It's the exact opposite if you are Hybrid FC. They are 0-0-5. Looking at the schedules, as I mentioned, Bowleys Athletic and Hybrid FC will be playing each other next week over at Eastern Regional Park in Middle River. That will be at 7 o'clock Eastern. And on here, I believe, on DMV Sports Media has that. We will not be with you, though, for that match. I can tell you that now. Others in the other schedule you can find over on UPSL's website. But that's going to do it for us here on DMV Sports Media. A 5-0 thrashing by Bowleys Athletic over Hybrid FC. For my cameraman, Donna Wallace, and for the rest of everybody at DMV Sports Media, this is Josh Sager. We bid you